Well, hello. Welcome to Pepper's Echo. This is the live echo. My name's Andre. And thank you for tuning in, every single one of you. I hope you can hear me. I have done everything in such a rush that I'm hoping that the stream is set up okay. I haven't even got everything. I hope the camera's all right, etc., etc. But hello. Welcome to every single one of you. So great to have you all here with me today. Who's in? Who's in? Alison. Oh my goodness me, been battling a migraine since 4 a.m. Just wanted to say hi and have a good week to everyone. Wow, I really hope you get over that one, Alison. That is not funny at all. White Zulu, our very own beautiful lady in waiting, Fiona. Welcome. Debbie Murray, hi, welcome. And my main man from the Central European Union, Hendo, how's it going, buddy? Who else? White Zulu, Debbie. Cameron, how's it going, Cam? Good to see you, buddy. Ina, my wife. Everything goes clean from here. And who else? Debbie. Buzzy, hello, Buzzy. The one that I can't do without. Buzzy, how's it going? Debbie, Cam, White Zulu, Debbie. Hello, everybody. Look. Cool dude. Dude's looking a little messed up today. I had to take a quick crash before I went on, because I went into town today, and geez, it was hectic. It was really hectic. But yeah, can't complain. The weekend has gone quicker than what the week has gone, and the weeks are going by so quickly. We finished with January, and now we start with February more. But yeah. Yeah. What was it? Intro was louder than your mic is now. Oh, crumbs. I'm sorry. I don't know where to set volumes and stuff here. If I go to audio, I think my audio. Crumbs. Where do I set? I have no idea. Maybe I should just speak up. How's that? Because, yeah, I think I'm probably just talking a little. Central European Union. Andre clearly failed geography. Okay, the main Safa from the UK. How's that sound, Hendo? Did you not get the memo that Sundays for the rest and recovery? Oh, geez, I've been trying to recovering from my wife's birthday. Yes, let's give you a quick little intro. Yeah, give me a second, and I can pull that in quickly for you. Put that up there. This one's for. Well, yes, it's actually only officially tomorrow. To my dear wifey, happy birthday, old lady. How's it going? I didn't say that too loudly. Cam, thanks for trying to help with the audio. I'm just so untechnical that I think it must just be my voice that's actually not doing it too cool there. But yeah, the wifey had a lovely birthday bash yesterday, because her birthday is officially tomorrow. And so, yeah, happy birthday, Midiri. I hope you had a smash of a day yesterday, because we had a whole lot of people over to have a braai, and we have one American dude who has he can't get over the bring and braai fact. He's like, you bring your own food, yeah, bring meat braai, and it was like, no. In America, you have barbecue. When people come, the person having the barbecue supplies everything, and I'm like, it's not South African, dude. We South Africans. You bring in, we put together, everybody has a great share. It is wonderful. I think he did enjoy it in the end, but yeah, there's some wonderful people who made the day very, very special for a. There was Ilandi and Niels, and Ilandi ran around organizing everything, and she'd sent out invitations and got balloons and all of that. And Sophia DVD's wifey, she was also arranging, getting balloons in and getting this done. And then Angeli was getting her out of her the house so that we could try and get these blasted balloons and everything up. So yeah, it wasn't a huge amount of people. I was about okay, Angeli's just sent me some photos as well. If you want, would you like to see some? Would you like to see some photos of the birthday? I can always try and put them up there for you. But yeah, so we had about 14 people here, and I think it worked out quite well. Let's see if I can show you. Now, I know this is rather soft, so don't worry.
Happy birthday!
There we go. And we had Ilandi made some absolutely scrumptious birthday cupcakes. There's a whole bunch of us outside our little house here over here having our braai. All the balloons all over the place. We had the exact amount, and the ladies were having fun inside while the men were smoking and sweating outside. Some beautiful bouquets that she got for her birthday. Did I miss that? There we go. She's put them up there. All the ladies. That's a beautiful picture, Mideri. I should get that one and replace the wallet. There we go. Don't you think I have a lovely wife? I think I've got a beautiful wife, eh? Yeah, I think so. And what did you send more? And her birthday cakes. Yeah, so there we go. Happy birthday to my dearest wife. Thank you very much to everyone who made the party awesome. I did note Hendo, you're supposed to be on my side, buddy. Belated happy birthday, sterkte met Andre. Yeah, so no, it was very special. We had a lot of fun. It was great. It's just that the weekend goes by so very quickly. And I'm losing chat. Okay. So yes, no, she's a very, very special person. And yeah, we had a lovely time. Cupcakes looks like a Hendo. I'm telling you, if you think they look good, you should have tasted them. It wasn't these like sort of shop icing. It had like a sort of a cream on it and not an icing. So it was like brilliant stuff. It was really, really good. But yeah, a wonderful time was had by all. And yes, I just, with the weeks are going by so quickly. It was amazing that the weekend just goes even faster. Cupcakes. Panda Cubs, says Martin. And what's Cameron say? It was Noodles from the Offspring's birthday yesterday. Well, happy birthday to Noodles. Getting food envy now. It was good. You know what's even better? Is the next morning's leftover braai. Don't you guys like that? Who's it? Oh, aka Kevin Wasserman. Sounds South African. But yeah, so cheers. Thanks for my coffee, Mideri. Happy birthday. Hopefully, you're getting your glasses pretty soon as well, because we had to get her eyes tested on Friday evening. Because with the age, of course, the sight is deteriorating. I wasn't too sure whether to get a pair of glasses or just issue a white stick or whatever there. So yeah, uh, but I shall not put you to too much food envy at all. I wanted to actually bring you a couple of pictures from when we left South Africa to come to Cambodia as well, to actually talk about a little bit of life change and things like that. So awesomeness, awesomeness, awesomeness. How's your life keeping? How's your life change? Have you hit that reset button yet? Do you know what you want to do with your life just yet? And if you're worried about it, is it a problem to you? Do you or don't you? You know, a lot of people know what they want to do with their lives when they at school, when they turn 20. A lot of people don't know what they want to do with their lives when they're 30. A lot of people have changed what they want to do with their lives when they're 40. And a lot of people are just riding the wave. Uh, what's Cam say? My mom also needs new glasses. Yeah, they're just pretty expensive at the moment. We actually were fortunate. We went to a pretty decent place that didn't rip our arms off, because I've been to like 2 or 3 places that ripped our arms off as well. What's Debbie say? Are we at the Brilla and Pillar stage? Yeah. Brilla. She never used to wear glasses, and all of a sudden, I don't know, I grew ugly and her sight grew bad. So, yeah, I didn't do Wacha Wachin. Wacha Wachin. I've got to put up those guys again. But anyway, let's run through it quickly. Wacha Wachin. There's Chris Wyatt. Always catch Chris Wyatt there. Hello, Orbot. How are you keeping, my friend? How are you keeping, my friend? Yes, Hendo, I'm going to carry on from that one now. Just riding the waves. Exactly what I'm doing. Chris Wyatt, retired colonel. Go and tune into him. I think he's in South Africa at the moment. And he is extremely knowledgeable on South Africa and has a lot to say about it. So if you're wanting to know the news and views, catch old Chris over there. Then there's also Chris has what you would call Rugby Ascendant. If you're interested in the rugby and what's happening with rugby and live commentation, that's where you'd go. Not the live show, the live commentation. Then, of course, our main Mac man from Mandela Bay, Ronaldo Host. I think the last thing was, his Sunday service tonight. Don't I see he's got a David Ansara. I don't know what FMF is, Female Motion Frontline or whatever, but he's got a guest tonight. So don't miss him. I think it's 8 o'clock this evening in your time there. But also an absolute magic man. Then we've got our Poloni from Benoni is Rebellious Ruth. And I think she's also still going well. 4 days ago, Distraction Amongst the Chaos. And then our very, very own Buzzy's Moments, do pull over there. And our wonderful lady in waiting, never to be forgotten, White Zulu Fiona Timms. Thank you so much for all your time and reading. It is absolutely a nostalgic trip down memory lane, and it's beautiful. Just listen to the book that's being read. If you haven't subscribed yet, it's time you did. And then, of course, if you want to know more about Fiona, pop over to whitezulubook.com, just whitezulubook.com. And just, I was on WTF Facts, because when I don't know what to talk about, sometimes I go and take a look at this. And one of the facts that came up there was, let me zoot this in there. In New York, a school has issued an apology after students were served fried chicken, waffles, and watermelon on the first day of Black History Month. So, lunch menu controversy. While our menu was not intended as a cultural meal, we acknowledge that the timing was inappropriate and our team should have been more thoughtful. How stupid can you get? How absolutely stupid can you get that you got to get so woke that you've eventually got to be apologizing for the kind of meal that you were serving on a certain day? I mean, how dumb and stupid is that? Really. But getting back to our lives, so Ronaldo Hendo says, just riding the wave, baby. Our bot late, but yeah, you're not late. You're never late. You're fashionably on time, young man. Always. How's it all? One step at a time, says Debbie, trying to stop and smell the roses and live in the moment. I think that's what we can do these days. Buzzy also says one step at a time. Hendo says Chris Wyatt is in Stellenbosch private airfield. Very nice. Angie says, Debbie, thank you for your kind words, but it was an unanimous effort by everyone. Yeah, no, but Ange almost takes care of us. She's like our daughter who stays with us. Welcome. Glad you made it, Arbot. Excuse Mr. Cheeky Hendo. There we go. Hendo's put up the link to White Zulu's latest book, a latest read. I really need to catch up to that as well. And Debbie also says it's truly nostalgic, so informative, wonderful listening. I love going to sleep and listening to it. We've got a lot of hearts and that in the chat for Inna. And right, so we get to the life. So you want to have a reset. So you know what? Is it a problem these days? So I'm going to show you what my midlife crisis was like. But is it a problem if you don't know what you want to do, if you're riding the wave? Is it important that when you were at school, you decided to be a surgeon and now you are the Surgeon General of the hospital and national? And you know what? Often I look back and I see people and I see my friends who've like got the whole shebang, you know, the family, the home, the car, the job, the 40 years in the job type of thing, the holidays, and I'm like, where did I go wrong? I don't know, when did he do that speech? I would have to probably catch in a speech recently. Ronaldo did this week was absolutely fantastic. Hats off to him. Debbie said, I wanted to be a fireman, but became a project manager. I was wanting to work at an aquarium. I don't know what put my mind in there, but anyway. And when I was very young, I wanted to be a pilot. Obviously, that's where the Concorde came from, was me in the front seat. But yeah. Hendo says, White Zulu was a stoute kind according to the narration from Africa video episode. Sounds like Heidi in Africa. There we go, Rufy. Just the lady we were chatting about. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Great to have you here. So, so the reset. So there's many things that we want to do. So as I say, I often take a look and I check out these guys and I think, wow, look at this majestic, perfect life. They've got the car, they've got the house, they've got the kids grew up, they've got the holidays, they've got, you know what, wow. You know, somewhere I didn't plan properly or something like that. You know what? And you know me and planning. Yeah, we need to plan. Airwolf team, Top Gun. Yeah, but the Concorde flew with its nose down, and that's because you got a heavy pilot in the front, and that's me. That would have been me. But yeah. Oh, there we go. Cameron had to fix parents' TV last night, so I can do that too. There we go. TV repairman Cam. But yeah, I don't think it is such a bad thing if you don't know what you want to do now. If you didn't know what you want to do, if you did know what you want to do and you did it and maybe you changed it, or maybe you went into something totally different. I mean, the last thing I want to do was spend the amount of time that I did in retail, but it did build up a lot of business knowledge that I have. Isn't the Concorde making a return, says Rebellious Ruth? I have no idea. I've been out of news so much. Usually I go into work and I open up the newspapers, the News 24, Maverick, the South African, and Marula Media, and read for about an hour. But this week has been so that I haven't even been able to do that. What's Cameron saying? No, here we go. Cam will probably know. No, the Concorde had to dip its nose so the pilot could see the landing strip. Okay, there we go. There we go. I would have done well in the Concorde. I would have dipped the nose for it. Rebellious Ruth White Zulu says no, it was a bit of disaster cost-wise. Okay. Hendo says Vet Gat pilot on the Concorde must be a new Air Force pilot. Okay. But anyway, so getting back, so I don't think it's a bad idea not knowing what you want to do. Sometimes I agree that just riding the wave, I think often we forget to enjoy the moments. I forget to enjoy the moments ever so often, and I think many times I'm distracted by what you see sometimes. Remember, if you're taking a look at social media and you're looking at Facebook and things to that effect, it's such a farce when you're looking at that, because you only see people's good moments and good times. I've never seen someone going, I am in the worst spot of my life right now, let me take a photo and post it onto Facebook. It's like, no, that doesn't happen. It's like, wow, check, this is absolutely awesome, we'll post it on Facebook. So all you see is snippets of the awesomeness of people's lives, and we all have awesome moments. But I think life is realistic, and sometimes you don't know what you want to do, and you actually worry about it. I used to worry about it. I still sometimes feel a little bit, you know what, you haven't achieved, you should have been a director by now, you should have been surely you should have done something with your life by now. And you know what, no, surely your life should have just been your life by now, and if you wanted to change it, yeah, there we go. Well, we're talking about Concorde still. Well, you tried to fly a supersonic flight with a nose dip, then the pilot cabin would get very hot and you would rip the nose off. See, that's why they wouldn't let me fly. Ruth says, I still don't know what I want to do. I'm lucky enough to be seeing. Oh, wow. You are a lucky fish. Awesome. You're seeing Sting tonight. Yeah, that's the closest the South African are going to come to the real police, is watching Sting tonight. Yeah. Something else. Never compare yourself to others. It's a one-way trip to misery, especially when you're comparing. When you're comparing yourself to the good times of others, only the good things. But if you're taking a look and you think your life is a failure, think again. And it's so cool just to do that reset. Now, a reset in life, I think we mentioned it a couple of times before, is just making peace or being content with starting over, or starting where you are starting, or making a change. Now, you don't have to make massive changes in life. You don't have to move to another country. You know what? Everyone looked at me and went, is it a midlife crisis? I said, no, I just feel like moving to another country. That's all. But it's so important that you how should I say, you fulfill yourself with your life. And your fulfillment doesn't mean achievement. Achievement could be just waking up tomorrow morning. I always give the should I say the saying that what's his name, Anthony Robbins said. He said they had this very, very successful guy on stage once, and he was a millionaire over and over and over. He owned XYZ cars. He owned XYZ houses or mansions. He had 0.22% body fat. He was chiseled. He was like what you would possibly materialistically, or whatever we call success. And they said to him, well, you know what, do you feel successful? And he said, no. And they said, well, what is it going to take for you to feel successful? Well, and he said, well, you know what, I need to at least make at least another like 2 million or something to that effect on average. I need to lose at least another 0.2% body fat. And you know what, so here's this guy who's almost perfect in every way. You would kill to have his life, I think. You never know behind the scenes. And he is not feeling successful, although you would look at him as success. And then they put it out to the audience and they said, so who feels successful at all? Who sees themselves as successful? And apparently there was this one guy who was crawling up and down the walls with his hand, throwing it all over the place. And they went, yes, do you feel successful? He says, yes, I'm very successful. And they said, well, why? He says, well, every day above ground is a successful day. I am successful. So you measure success not necessarily materialistically, but sometimes with, you know what, this guy led a simple life. Above ground every day is a successful day. You wake up. I mean, we never know if we're going to wake up the next morning. And I know there's some saying that goes around that you don't know if you're going to wake up tomorrow morning. But you have so much faith that you're going to wake up tomorrow morning that you actually bothered to set the alarm clock. So you must be pretty sure. So that's a good thing. And every day above ground is a successful day. But what I'm wanting to say to you is, it's not a problem. You can't live with 0% body fat. You'll die. I am obviously going to live for a long, long time, Cameron. I'm very far from that, Cam. So I am in it for the long haul. Let's take a look what Hendo says. Successful is subjective. Yes, yes, we chat success in life. We're talking about reset in life. Fiona says, I feel successful and fulfilled in spite of all my physical setbacks. There we go. That's what I'm saying. You can have a successful life is in the contentment of your life. I want to show you a couple of photos of my trip. And I will show you the most successful that I have felt. Let's get that little photo in there. That's my most successful day. That is when I felt the most successful in my life. And let me tell you, do you see those two suitcases? That bit of hand luggage, the 2 water bottles, and the cigarette in my hand and the clothes on our back is all that we owned that day, that very evening. 2 tickets. We were climbing the bus, getting on the bus to Port Elizabeth to go and say bye to my mom. And we had 2 tickets to Cambodia where we'd never been before. And we didn't own a dime more than what we had there. And we didn't have work. We had no assurance of work. We were jobless. We were penniless. And those 2 suitcases, there wasn't a garage or a room or anything with belongings or things stashed in anywhere or anything to that effect. There was nothing. Do you see that picture there? That at age, I think I was like 48, 47, somewhere around there. That was all I owned in the world. I had no achievement in a work. I had no work in actual fact. Ina had no achievement in work. She had no work in actual fact. We did not own a vehicle, a car, a bicycle, and nothing. Those 2 suitcases were the only things in the whole world that we owned. Let's get back again. I'll get to there. But yeah, that is probably, and I look at this moment very, very fondly because that is where I was probably feeling the happiest in my life, is when I had the least. I had the least material in my life, but I probably had the most hope in my life over there. Let me be very clear. I didn't feel hopeless. I felt so much hope, and there was so much excitement and so much to look forward to the future. Now, I'm not saying reset your life by moving to another country or anything like that. If you feel, please do, and you're welcome to speak to me if you have the urge to move to Cambodia or whatever. I've never been a subject. We've actually helped 2 people over so far, which actually Ina's previous boss's daughter, who she worked with, and it was, I think, 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago, that 2 years ago that we helped them over, and they are very, very successful and happy here as well. They were actually on some of Ina's birthday photos. So yeah, you set yourself free, but you can set yourself free in different ways, is what I'm saying. You don't have to instantly go and how should I say, sell everything up. Don't go and sell everything up now and move to another country. You can, but yeah. What's Arbot say? It's all about having a goal and a purpose. Even if you are successful, no point going around without a goal or a purpose. Correct. Yes, I couldn't do it without my wife. I couldn't do it without my wife. My wife is my rock and my happiness and my everything. She keeps me stable. She keeps me sane. But as I said, you are rich if you are able to hold on to hope, faith, and belief. And there we had nothing, but we had all the hope in the world, all the faith in the world, all the belief that everything was going to be fine. And I cannot believe it, at that age in my life, when I had friends with cars and houses and holidays and kids and jobs with bonuses and share earnings and companies and everything to that effect. And you know what? That's what I owned. That's what I owned. But I owned a lot more hope. A lot more hope. Rebellious Ruth says, you didn't give up. No, we didn't give up. We didn't. And you know what? I probably had a lot more hope and a lot more then than I even have now, which I must confess to. I've been there, that very same situation, except I had all my possessions in 2 black bin bags. It was really liberating. Here we go. So, yeah, so what I'm saying is sometimes a good set, a reset, is not a problem for you. You know what? If you are 30, 40, 45, 50 years old and you're hitting that reset button, don't become hopeless, is all I'm saying. What's Hendo say? I came to the UK over 20 years ago with 26 pounds in my pocket. How's that? Spent my mother's life savings to get here and had a lot of returns on that. There we go. You'll be amazed how people have done their resets. There's Hendo as well. How the resets have gone. Now, as with Hendo and myself, once again, I'm not saying you need to I'm not saying you need to move to another country, but all I'm saying is it's not a problem. I don't know how to set my volume up, Angeli. Angeli's also telling me my volume's too low. I really don't know how to set this volume. If anyone knows how to set volume on StreamYard, please let me know. But yeah. What's White Zulu say? She says, White Zulu, you're a true survivor. Yes, you were. I think you have got some phenomenal stories there, White Zulu. Hope and faith go a long way. Extremely, extremely. And you know what? Sometimes it's when, you know, I sometimes think to myself, I have too much now. And when I didn't have enough that was in my way there, I was able to place a lot more in hope and faith. Ruth says, I think it's a great idea. Fiona says, I owe so much to you and Hendo and so many others for happiness and joy. You know what? I think we owe a lot to you as well, to all of you people, to Debbie, to Ruth, to Cameron, to Buzzy, to Arbot, to Linda, to who am I leaving out here? There's so many people, everybody who tunes in, you guys just make that life because you bring out you know what? Pepper's Echo has actually become more of sharing and caring type of thing. And I just want to tell you what happens to me. And then you bring out yours. And sometimes it's things that I don't actually realize until I've been speaking to you, that I actually realize how grateful I am for certain things. And sometimes how inadequate I've felt, but how rich I've been when I had the least. And hope and faith I had the most of when I had the least material in the way to cover my way. And I even think sometimes these days, you know what, we've moved to Cambodia and all of a sudden we got a hang of a lot more. We got so much more than what we even expected. And you gather so much again. I mean, I got like a studio without sound. I don't know why the sound isn't working well. I've really got to see what's cutting on there. I'm really sorry about that. But if I open volume mixer, everything's open, etc., etc. Output. That's my microphone. It's on the Realtek microphone. I hope it's on my microphone still, yeah. I just want to see one more thing. Sorry, I'm just taking a look to see if my audio... Oh, hang on a second. Does this sound any better, guys? Does that make the sound better? I think I might have had it on my webcam sound instead of, yeah, my apologies. Okay, so yeah, the reset. The reset is so important for your life. If you want to reset your life, you don't have to have money to do it, and you don't need time to do it, and you don't need to have extreme to do it. You can just reset your life by maybe looking forward to tomorrow. I don't look forward to Mondays very much until I've actually shared time with you guys. And then I actually feel so much better. I stress about these streams something phenomenally. You won't believe it because I don't know what to talk about. And I think, oh, is this going to be the same old again? But oh no. And then I find you guys, and you know what? I find the most awesome bunch of people that I can actually share with. And that's when I actually look back at things and I go, wow, you know what? Take a look at what's happened to you. Take a look at the ride. And I'd like to share my ride with you. My reset at like 47, 48, 47, 48, nothing. But I had the most. I had the most there. And wow, you know what? It has been a ride. What Wachin is, you can see how many of us have taken that massive leap. Yeah. How many of us have taken that massive leap of faith, which you might, and you guys have all done it in your own special ways. And I think it's a matter of recognizing that you've done it. All excitedly climbing onto the plane to Johannesburg, getting rather tired on the plane to going off to Hong Kong from there. Good night, South Africa. Went off from South Africa. And this is, as I said, that is a feeling of this is final. You know what? You're leaving South Africa. We have no idea of what the rest of the world looks like. We had been, I mean, years as far as we'd been out of the borders of South Africa was Swaziland. I mean, so now going to Southeast Asia, we hadn't been there for holiday, nothing. Welcome to Hong Kong. First time we've set eyes on Southeast Asia. At Hong Kong airport, I'll never forget, we felt like dung beetles there, absolute dung beetles. But look how happy. We didn't know where we were going. We knew we were coming from. We had nothing left to go back to. We'd burnt the boats. And that was our very first view of where we were going to live. Phnom Penh. As you're coming in, guys, that's where you're going to stay. This is where you've come to. Do you have any idea about this? There's the place that you're coming to. So you have that unknown excitement that comes into your body. Now, you don't have to look at this as going to another city, another country, but just take a look at yourself and say, you know what, I'm going to stop, as Debbie said, and smell the flowers. And just the excitement of, you know what, I'm going to make my day different. I'm going to maybe think about it different. And the next thing is, it's okay not to be a director, not to have my own house, my own car, my own family as such. My it's okay not to have the holidays. You know what? Sometimes I'm still busy working on myself is good enough. And you know, I have a lot of hope for myself. What was it? Colonel Sanders only made his chicken recipe in his 60s, I think it was. But anyway, everybody uses Colonel Sanders. I want to tell you that even in my life at the moment, I own a lot, but I don't own a lot actually. I mean, the house that I live in Cambodia, the biggest thing is renting fully furnished places. More than like in South Africa, if you rent a flat in South Africa, you're usually going to move your own stuff in there. More than likely, you're moving your own stuff in there. But if you rent a apartment in Cambodia, more than likely it's furnished. Let's see what Debbie says. Yeah, so many songs come to mind. Take a chance on me. You lift me up. Yep. I had no idea that you'd also had to do the reset. Well done. Yeah, no. You know what? I think there's more people than what we know that deal with resets in our lives. And sometimes you fear the fact of the reset or some reason because it's happening at such a later stage in your life. And the later you get, the more upset you get about it. And I think it's the best thing that ever happened to me. Memorable experience you'll never forget. I'll never forget it. No. I'll never forget going down the streets from the airport going, what the hell have I done? It was a journey of discovery. The world is your oyster, fresh start. It's excitement like you would never have, Hendo. I agree with you 100% there. But I mean, that was our first view of where we were going to stay. We've never been out of South Africa, as I said, except for Swaziland. There's looking out the airport window and going, I wonder where we're going. I wonder where we'd be. We had a hotel booking which we'd never done anything like that in our life before. It was a cheapy place because we couldn't afford. So it's not like we're going to the Holiday Inn or the Hilton or the City Lodge. It was like El Cheapo foreigners. But yeah, that's the hotel that we were in. That was off the rooftop. The first night that we got there, we ran onto the rooftop to take photos. So as you can see, it wasn't the Ritz in the smart area. And as I say, I do remember driving down the road, and we took a car. We got a car. Friends of ours got us there, and we got a car, because you don't go from the you do not take a tuk-tuk from the airport to your hotel the first time you get there. That would just scare the living daylights out of you, because it is a culture shock. But I remember looking out the window and I'm just thinking, what the hell have I done? What is Fiona says? I was 50 years old when I left SA to come to a strange country, and it was quite scary. Also, leaving my family behind was really, really hard. Yeah, that is a difficult part. It's exciting, but there's difficult things, and sometimes, as I said, a reset is what you need. But please hear me out. If you're wanting to come to Cambodia, you're welcome to contact me, but you don't have to leave your country. If you want to go to the UK, ask Endo. But it's expensive to leave. Cambodia is cheaper to live in. The UK, I think, is going to cost you an arm and a leg as well. And there's a couple of hoops that you always got to jump through, and it's becoming more and more difficult as well. But the reset doesn't mean you need to move out of where you're doing. I think sometimes it's just a mind reset and an acceptance, because we suddenly accepted the fact that it was okay. That it was okay. It's the happiest we've been. I remember coming home in a tuk-tuk. We were there for 2 or 3 nights, and we went out to eat, and we came back in the tuk-tuk, and I said to my wife, "How are you feeling?" She said, "I'm tired." I said, "That's great." She looked at me. She says, "I'm happily tired," which was one of the nicest things I'll never, never forget. What's Endo say? Yes, definitely a culture shock. Just don't mention the homesick. Yes, the homesickness, it lurks like a little coal in the bottom of your stomach. And then, of course, we went to the mall, because you go to this modern mall just so that you at least feel a little bit, how should I say, a little bit closer to home. So you go to the modern mall, so you see there. And then you find these strange stores, and you're going to see a store with a name that is perfectly normal in Southeast Asia. But of course, our eyes nearly dropped up and our mouths were like hanging on the floor. This is like the Hello Kitty store, so that's okay. The Jicon store, which is okay. But then this. And we thought, oh my greatness. And yeah, it's a store that has everything in it, from kids' games, luggage. It's like a store of everything, and it's just quite normal. And we're like, is this an adult shop in the middle of the mall? I was absolutely, totally squealed by the name. And as you can see, it's got a bit of everything: flowers, deco, pillows, luggage, toys. So there we go. Can't believe. Yes, Debbie says yes. Yeah, you, as I miss my twin and son who live in the UK, but thank goodness for modern technology to keep us in touch. No snail mail. Yeah, modern technology has made it easier to keep in touch. Life in general has made it difficult to stay in touch because it goes by so fast. I try and keep contact with friends and that, and it's amazing how time goes. The next thing, it's like 3 weeks since I've contacted so and so. I now try, when I finish my stream, to at least send 2 or 3 people a message to say hello, how are you, how's it going, this is happening, etc., etc., and then phone my mom. What's Waitulu say? Yes, the homesickness is actually physical, especially at this time of the year. Yep. Endo says the first couple of months was exciting, and we compare the local prices in rands. Yes. Never compare it in rands. Never compare in rands. That's why it's dooie donor, as Ronaldo would say. Yeah. And then, of course, I was amused at certain things and different things that we found, like little aluminium bottles of Coca-Cola, although those are the import ones. I think they come from Thailand or somewhere like that, but it's more expensive. There's another picture of the roof we couldn't stop taking. There was like a colored building over there. That's the Vatanak Tower over there. And that's where our hotel was, our little hotel, looking off the roof of the hotel. Our first night. Nothing spectacular, no lights, no bands, no nothing. And you're going, what the hang have I done? 4 years later, we're still going strong. That's looking for work. Do you want to see how tiring it is? That is walking the streets, hitting the beat. I'm telling you, hitting the beat to go and walk and walk and walk the streets in this heat. March, April, May. This was March, and it was starting to get phenomenally hot. And at the end of the day, that's me wifey. That's me looking absolutely slaughtered. Not from drinking, there was just one beer each just to kill the thirst. But we tie up, put your tie, put your best foot forward, and you walk from school to school to school. That's just the place that we saw. Very neat. It was quite cute, like half drums they made. And then there was also fun times. I think she looks so cute. Yeah, I know she doesn't like it, but there's a little place that they put like a little fire or gas thing underneath there, and you cook your own food. Very bland because look at the veggies and yeah. Then you get your like little glass and that. But so our very first experience of like a cook your own food restaurant type of thing, and the wifey diligently did the cooking, but you know what? Where's the Jimmy's sauce? There's no braai salt, anything like that over there. So yeah, but she did a good job, and in the end, we did get it down. That's our very first apartment, and our tuk-tuk driver from the hotel, Ta, who helped us move in his tuk-tuk, and that's our very first apartment that we moved into. Because I tell you what, let me first read a couple of these things. Yeah, you do learn a lot about other cultures, especially move to a country that don't have English as first language. More challenging, definitely. Uh, Mongolian style food looks delicious. What an experience! Yeah, I've had better food than that before, but we put it down. We need more. We needed to learn more about it. Let's put it this way. But let me tell you about Ina and our. Now we only had 10 days in the hotel, and fortunately, we did find a job within our first week over here. We did put the beat down. We started in a tuk-tuk, and the tuk-tuk guy, he was starting to go from school to school, and we said, right, yeah, and then there, and then there, and then it just, he got to one school, and he was driving around, getting lost to the next school, and that's when we said to him, that's it, take us to a scooter hiring place. So we hired a scooter, and from there we went from school to school to school. And within the first week, we were very fortunate because some people can take up to 2 weeks to find work. Even now, it's there. It still is there, especially if you're taking a look July, August. You usually find that most of the work in that comes up as well. But it is there. I mean, we've just filled 2 positions as well. But work is there. But it shouldn't take you longer than 2 or 3 weeks to find a position. Sometimes at not the greatest of schools, but you'll actually get an income and you can sort of like move along later. But we had 10 days and we walked into this apartment. It's above a coffee shop, and there was like a club across the road and a sort of a club next to us. The V Friends was across the road, and 474 Seafood Grill was next door to us. Less did we know that both these roofs opened, both had live bands, and both blasted onto our little apartment. But I looked at it, and Yasmi being the like sort of like formal one, going, yeah, we'll think, and this is our very first apartment. And I looked around, she said, we'll take it. And I'm going, we'll think, we'll what? We'll, okay, it's taken. She looked at nothing else. We'll take it. There we go. Our very first apartment. Bada bang. And that was within 10 days of getting to the Cambodia. Within 10 days, that's our very, very first apartment. And our lovely little tuk-tuk guy there, Tao. And he moved us with that tuk-tuk. Not that we had much to move. Just to show you, yeah, it sort of comes furnished. You'll see there's a bed. The bedding is there. They buy you new bedding. There's a TV in the room. There's a TV, your couch. Was a small, basic apartment. Nothing much at all. Half a picture there of the kitchen. I meant to show you the kitchen, but funnily enough, the toilet and bathroom was off the kitchen, and there's a gas stove, and there's the bathroom. Bathroom's like just a wet room. This is like a toilet, and then there's like a shower head there. Boom, and here's the basin, and that's where you shower. Bam, bam. And of course, the trusty bum gun on the side as usual. There's the bedroom. And as I said, bedding they even supplied, so not even the bedding we sat in. Let's get to a couple of questions while we're about it there. Sorry, I like to just answer the questions in the chat so I don't leave you guys behind, because there's one thing that I do hate is when I'm trying to throw a chat and people ignore my chat. How many times were you turned down for a job, and how long have you been in your new country? We printed about 50 CVs each, and there's like at least about 100. If in Phnom Penh, there's a ton of international schools. So I mean, we went to 2 or 3 schools. The fourth one actually called us back. Then we were at another 2, and we actually took the one that we were called back. So we got there the Friday night. The Saturday, we very excitedly woke up early and ran off and got all our stuff copied and done and everything like that. And sort of just relaxed the rest of Saturday. And then the Sunday, we suffered our jet lag, so we slept our bums off. And then Monday morning, first thing, we were going through schools, and you know, you go you can make at least 4 or 5 schools a day easily. If you know what you're doing, you'll do more. Like the friends of ours that we got them. We eventually knew a driver who knew where he was going, and he was able to take them to at least 6 or 7 schools during the day. Us, we only made about 4 schools in a day, and by Wednesday we had 2 calling us back, but the one that called us back, by the Thursday we'd got the job, and we'd actually started the following week, the Monday already. So we were very, very fortunate in that sense. How long have I been in the new country? I've been in the new country 4 years. I was with that school only 6 months before I changed to the school where I am now. As I said, sometimes you will start in schools that aren't as strong as what you would like them to be, or don't have the opportunities but at least you've got the foot in the door, and you will be able to go to the schools that you get the opportunities with when they rise. SA shops and Nando's become a lifesaver. Yeah, there's not really an SA shop here, and Nando's, the only thing we can find here is occasionally in the supermarkets the Nando's sauces, but we don't get Nando's here. And the closest thing to a SA shop is Super Meats, which is a butchery that does like South African meat, and then there's a guy in Siem Reap that does our biltong, and he does the chicken societies very, very nicely for us. But yeah, it might be an opportunity, but there's such a mixed match of people that you don't really find an overseas shop as such. There's a supermarket called Super Duper, which usually brings in a lot of Australian stuff, and that is the closest you get to very westernized supermarket as such. Nanuya, where I live, says Wacha. All your efforts clearly equal rewards. Well done. Yeah, you know what? We've been so fortunate. We've definitely had a hand. Cameron says we've have rainstorm here, so I keep losing connection. Sorry, man. Debbie says, "As maar praat, yeah, we'll take it." We are, yeah, okay. Maar so gesê, yeah. Do you need a teacher's diploma to teach English there? No, you do not. Not in Cambodia. Most of the places you don't. Thailand and those places you do need a degree. You would need a degree. So in Cambodia, you still don't need a degree. What they do, however, usually look for is your TEFL, teaching English as a foreign language, your TEFL certificate that you would need, which is pretty easy to obtain. You can do it online. You can also do it in country if you want to. There's a couple of places that'll take you through it over here. But no, you don't need a teacher's diploma. If you're wanting to probably teach at like some of the top schools, the Canadian International, CIA First, and some of those schools, you would need a teaching diploma. Yes, those are your top schools. Otherwise, the next best thing to have is a degree. It doesn't need to be in teaching. Mine is in business management. So, you know what? That's fine. And then then you've got your diplomas and that, etc. But the most important that they do need is a TEFL certificate. Otherwise, you're foreign and you can speak English well, and you can speak, and you've just got, you know what? When you interview people, you actually just find the right temperament of person as well. If you can do, you're not always spot on, but I always say I can do more with an ambitious team player than what I can do with a well-educated twat. So no, you don't need a diploma. You'd be able to come here just with a TEFL certificate and actually get a job. And yeah, you'd probably start off salary between anything between $1,000 and $1,500 a month, usually paid twice a month. Tax is about 7% on that, and you get paid out the rest. Cam says, I've done that, walking from place to place looking for work multiple times. Then people say I must email CV in. Yeah, that's hectic. You know, the thing is, you're in Cambodia. I know, like from China and those places, etc., etc., they'll do a Zoom interview and all that type of stuff. In Cambodia, you need to be there, and usually you need to be at the place at the right time. You can send in. They do put on Facebook for if there's jobs and that available. And then you can send it in, but then they usually want you to be in Cambodia, and they'll be able to say, listen, can you come for an interview tomorrow? And you must be able to say, yes, I can, and I live here, and I can start the next day. But yeah, the best is your beat at the moment is going from school to school. I just wanted to settle down ASAP. Took us long to settle down. We've moved 3 times since then. We're hoping to be able to settle in this house that we are now. We've been here for over a year now, so that's okay. Yeah, that first one was minimalistic, and I always say we were the happiest. We earned the least because we were like not a big earning school. We earned the least and we did the most, and we were the happiest. And that's why I keep on saying, the more you have, it sometimes skewers that vision of happiness. Hello, where are you, Mr. G, the best man from the other side? Such an honor to have you on the show. Well done. We're busy talking about moving across the 7 seas. Debbie, more the older one gets, the less the possession ones. Yeah, definitely so. I don't know why it's not showing up anymore. Ruth goes, the older one gets. In my next life, I'd love to be minimalistic. I would love to be so as well. I don't know why. I just keep on building up stuff. Don't you find that life just keeps on throwing things at you as you go along? Here's a little bit more of the apartment as well. I can throw it to you there. Nothing's working. Nothing is working. I don't know what happened there. I'm sorry. I hope I'm still live as we're going along there, because share screen. Yeah, that's the apartment. I hope I'm still live. I don't know what happened there. There's Ina with all our stuff in the world moved into the apartment. That's our very first school that we worked at, BIA, Beijing International. I'm just going to go through them quickly. There's Ina and another colleague going up. Thanks, Buzz. I was worried that I'd cut out there for a moment. That's inside the entrance of the school. They did Chinese, Khmer, and English. Information desk. That's the malls. Now, you can have a modern mall. So this is Aeon Mall. So also, just so you can see, everything doesn't just go like down the toilet. That you do have the modern malls with the branded stores, etc., in it. And this is Aeon Mall. So KFC, always there. Always, always. KFC. What's a place without KFC? The only thing we don't have here is McDonald's. And then, of course, we went on a boat just to get to know people in that. We went on the Phnom Penh rugby team had this like sort of raising money. They were going on a tour or something like that. So you paid like $10. There were like free beers and braai, whatever. And we went on the boat just to get to know people, which is really, really cool. And that is on the Tonle Sap. There's Ina and a new friend, Sheila. We're still friends to this day, Ina and I on the boat. And as I said, nothing in life but the happiest. So sometimes we've got to cherish those moments that we have. Beautiful lights. And Corbia. This is just at BIA. It was on Khmer New Year. And everyone had sort of dressed, all the kiddies doing their gaming and everything like that. They were dressing a little, they were busy dressing to look a little, what does it say, authentic, local. So some of my class, those are my class. And then those of you who are asking, are there churches in Cambodia? Yeah, here's one of them. ICA, International Christian Assembly. I think it's mostly run by Filipinos. I've been there once or twice, a little bit far to get there. I suppose it's a really tough excuse of mine, but they've got a very, very nice one there. So, and this, ladies and gentlemen, I need to first pause before I actually, because remember I used to tell you about cars and how things are going. I want to show you how things work here. What's Waitulu say? I keep getting rid of stuff I don't use. I take it all down to the charity shops. You know what? If we can just do that, because we always, thanks, Buzz, but because we always, I might need this. I mean, I can't get rid of this. I mean, I eventually gave away, I don't know how many keyboards because I had so many keyboards. Now I'm left with one keyboard and it won't work. But yeah. Once it's like cops, they wouldn't exist if no KFC. Exactly. We'd be paying higher fines if we didn't have KFC. What's to say? Cambodian people tidy and not litterbugs? No, they do litter very, very badly. Unfortunately, they are terrible streets. That's why I say I can tell you about the beautiful places that we go, and you can take a look at Siem Reap. It's an absolutely stunning place. And then I can show you places where there are just heaps of trash in the streets. And then also when it rains, because of the small drains and because of the trash that they throw down the drains, the streets flood terribly. Taiwan, definitely. Taiwan is a totally different story to Cambodia. Absolutely totally different story. Singapore, Taiwan, those places. Coral, good to know that you're on. I thought you were on your way to church. Hello there, Pastor Coral. Good stuff. So anyway, I was telling you about cars. Now, remember I say to you that a 125cc motorcycle, you don't have to have a license for. So people can be riding it their whole life long and not even have known what the rules of the road are like. You'll see crossroads, long roads, everything. There's no stop streets, no nothing. People just happily wind in through each other. I'm going to show you, take a look. And this was from our first apartment off the balcony. And I was just amazed and I had to take this. So take a look at how people drove over here. And watch how amazingly they just feed through each other. There's no stop street, and it's cars. There we go. My turn, your turn. I'll just feed in there. Cars going. Come on. Mind. Okay. Cheers. There we go. Oh, we're becoming quite a lot, so we'll just get through each other there quickly. There's no stop and go. There we go. Mind. I'm just turning right. Don't mind me. Hang on, there's a bus, but he's turning right, so we're not worried about him. The car's turning there. And then there's a car. Okay, it's time to start moving in. There, enough of you guys going. Right, there we go. We'll move in there. And we'll catch the move with them quickly while the rest of us just push in. It's just amazing. Take a look at that. There's no stops, and it's like that in all the roads. You just push and shove and go. And unfortunately, that's why there's a lot of accidents as well. Especially, you'll find that somebody's got hit on the scooters, because of the fact that they would just be riding, and next thing the car would be riding faster, especially in the evenings, and they're not looking, and then just connect each other. But take a look at that. It is the most, and nobody gets angry. Nobody's angry. Take a look. It's to me, to this very day, it's still like, wow, how the hang do they get this right? But you just weave your way through. Trucks, buses. There goes a bucky. And when I say bucky, it's the scooter with the little thing at the back. There's cars come in and through. It is, yeah, you got about 10 seconds left of it. And their life just carries on. There we go. It just carries on. No, no, no hatred, no getting worked up, no guns, no nothing. You just usually hooters and things. You know what, dude? I'm here, dude, coming next. Stevie say, wow, mind-boggling. You need your wits with you. Yeah, mind you, SA trains, you good with the taxis and load shitting of late. Yeah, looks like that's what it is. Yeah, hand up. Nobody screams foot sack traffic. Yeah, no, we'll get the Ronaldo's sack to actually give the directions and that. But anyway, that's my exciting life, and we've gone to an exciting time, and life has built up, but it's not built up that I'm a director of anything. It's not built up that I'm some posh name. I don't have a legend that I'm leaving behind anywhere. But it was a reset, and where you sometimes feel that you have not achieved what people have achieved in life, do realize that it's not the materials and the titles that you achieve in life, but it's being able to look forward to tomorrow and to have hope in life tomorrow, and to be able to enjoy the fact that, you know what, I'm alive today and I still have the opportunity to make choices and to make decisions. And, you know, I'm not talking about making decisions because I've got money so that I can buy this and I can buy that. Most people can't afford to do that. You know what? Money is needed, and some people have it and some people don't. Those that have it aren't always as happy as those that don't. I think the life change and the life reset, whether you decide to move to another country, and as I said, you're more than welcome to contact me if you suddenly feel that you'd like to come and teach in Cambodia. Just make sure you've got the right aptitude for it. Don't be an absolute dingbat and think you're going to come and teach her, because that's a problem. Because the lives of these little children are very precious, and that is something that you've got to come here with in mind and realize that it's not just a bar job that you're doing. It's something that you've actually got to care about doing. And you know what, we love it, and we I don't want to say we won't look back, because somebody said the other day, what would you do if you won the lotto? I said I'd probably move back to South Africa, because then I'd be able to buy myself a house and I won't be struggling to live month to month. Um, so yeah, you know what? Uh, it is what it is, but we are very, very happy here. But the reset was with nothing. We didn't achieve greatness. For the highest point in our life, we were at the least in our life, um, which is the strangest part. And you know what? You only realize it when you look back on it. We didn't realize it there. We were pretty excited and we were pretty nervous, but we didn't turn around and go, wow, this is the best time of our lives. It was exciting and we were happy. I don't want to take that away from it at all. We weren't like terrified and miserable. We were really excited there. Now, your excitement can be exactly what you want to do, is just making a different decision in your life, whether it's getting up from the different side of the bed, whether it's how you look at life tomorrow, or whether it's that you're actually grateful for being able to get up tomorrow and actually go through the day, giving the next person a hug or whatever. Your life is reset in whichever way you do it. And having not achieved anything materialistic, or not knowing what you want to do with your life at any age or what you have, is no means of being degraded. It just means you just don't know what you want to do yet. Or maybe you got better things in mind, or you lived your life a little differently, whatever. But I tell you what, every day is a challenge for anybody. Great people not so great people, unknown people, well known people, everybody, rich people, poor people, they all have a challenge every day. And the challenge is making decisions, and the challenge is being excited about your life. And sometimes it's really difficult. Even where I am now, with the change and the second chance that I got, it has been really, really difficult sometimes to be excited about tomorrow morning, because I've got to go back to a lot of pressure. And as I said, these next couple of months between now and June is an extremely pressurized time for me. And I'm sometimes just like, because I land amongst so much ungratefulness at times, or not so much, sometimes it's so little that wants to overwhelm it. Be careful that the one cloud in the sky does not make you miss the sunshine, that the one turd on the grass doesn't make you miss the flowers. That's all. Anna Marie, how's it going? Yeah, I've just been waffling as usual. Don't worry about it. What's it say? Yes, another lack of live stream. Humble when you go to another country, but be respectful. Yes, be respectful to those around you. I've watched last weekend. I was watching Enemy of the People, or The People's Enemies, off Curiosity Stream. As I said, $20 for the whole year. If you really want a stream of documentaries that are open to everyone, take a look at Curiosity Stream. Yeah, reflecting on past achievements. As I said, sometimes your highest points were your lowest points, but you're only making sense to you when you take a look at it now. So don't feel inadequate, inferior, or anything to that effect if you're not sitting with great achievements behind your name right now, regardless of how old, where you are, what you are. You are somebody special who's done something special. And you know what? You can hit that reset button anytime you want to. And as Debbie said earlier on, stop and smell the flowers. Yeah, Tefl all the way. Tefl's definitely what you need. Most people don't have anything but that. Is your Tefl. So when a person experiences that wonderful feeling of giving, that person will start giving more. Yeah, it's what you associate a good feeling with. Every cloud has a silver lining. Yep, definitely. So yes, I don't know if this evening show really led anywhere or anything like that, because I did show you a little bit of when I came over and my little bit of reset, and I'll try and scrape some photos together sometime again to show you as well. But all I'm saying is, uh, sometimes seeing other people's successes isn't as great as what it is, because when you're looking at them on social media, they only have their best times posted up there. No one has ever said, I'm having a miserable time, let me take a photo and post it on Facebook. And secondly, just because you don't have the white picket fence, the car, the holiday, the family, the house, the job, the bonus, the shares, the company, doesn't mean it's not your life. We weren't all cut out from the same cloth. And you know what? You can always make a change in your life whenever you want to. And it doesn't need to cost money. It can cost basically an outlook and an attitude. And basically looking at what you've got and how much you have is sometimes in the way of having your hope. So the least you have, sometimes the more the hope is there, the more the opportunity is there. I sometimes find that having more puts a damper on being grateful for what I had when had least. And I've really got to count my blessings so many times over and over. I just, you know what, when I look at you guys, just everybody over here, um, you make me count my blessings over and over. Let me just, I didn't want to carry on with this one for so long, but I can show you Curiosity Stream. It's about $20 for the year. You must try. I'll share that quickly with you. It's called Curiosity Stream. Curiosity Stream, you can go for the bigger one. Monthly plan, $4.99 a month. I don't know, where's the yearly one? We got an annual plan of build $29.99 annually. Sorry, I got mine for $20 when I did the refill, and it's got the most amazing amount of documentaries. If you wanted science, if you wanted history, if you wanted people, technology, I was watching one on as I said, on Cambodia. I've watched one on polar bears. I've watched on the history. I think Ina's watched a lot of things on different countries. But yeah, it has everything anytime. Thousands of documentaries. Okay, so now it's got to $30 a year. Sorry, you can go for like a premium, but your standard HD is amazing pictures. Sneak peek. Science, Hitler's People, Sharks is a new one there. Planet IDs, Planet's Treasure, The Kingdom, Speed, The Butterfly Effect, Apocalypse Now. These are all the, even like, so you can go from volcanoes to Hitler's England to Magic Camp, depending on what you're interested. Bahama Blue, Sharks, Australia in Color. This is, and you know what, even for South Africans, I think, you know what, if you want another streaming channel compared to your Netflix, Curiosity Channel is just phenomenal. It really is. Drop that link. Let's see if I can drop that link. Bam. There we go. CuriosityStream.com. Very easy. Yeah, $30 a year is. That's why when it came to renewing last year again, I thought, well, why not? Because especially when we don't know what to do, we just switch on to Curiosity Stream. I mean, you're watching DSTV or you're watching Netflix. There's 1,050,000 things to watch, and you look around, you go, "There's nothing to watch." The nicest thing for me is then to flick on a documentary, and it just instantly becomes interesting, and the pictures and the quality on just normal HD, you don't have to pay the $69 for 4K. Just the HD, which they all are in, is phenomenal to me. And I end up watching silly things like I would never watch. I was watching polar bears, and then I was watching a thing on the snow dogs, the huskies, and that things that I'd never watch, but just because it's so beautiful, I actually watched it, which is great. Anyway, yeah, Netflix unfortunately has become a bit woke. What I am watching right now, before I tell you goodbye, is the Good Doctor. I'm watching season 5 of the Good Doctor, which adds a little bit of hope and a smile to my face. But I've already taken far too much of your time, Waffled. I can only go. I am so honored to have you guys here and to have your input. I hope that your lives are more meaningful to you after this stream, and that you look at your life and you realize how important your life is, how fortunate you are to have your life exactly where it is, right where it is, with what it is right now, and not to compare yourself to other people and to have expected to have reached different heights, because it's a great life exactly where it is, right where it is. And you know what? Just being the type of person you are is already a wonderful life in its own. So, guys, you can reset it right now if you want to. You don't need to. You don't need to make big resets. You can make small resets. Sometimes you want to just move from a different flat, move an apartment. Sometimes you just want to change your bedroom around. Sometimes you just want to change your outlook. A reset doesn't need to cost money. It's not necessarily a midlife crisis. But man, oh man, stop beating yourself up for not being where you expected to be, because you're right where you are because you're lucky enough to be there. And you're such wonderful people. Stay awesome. Be good. My friends, thank you very, very much for tuning in again. Be good. Take care. And if you can't be good, remember, be kind.